I'm Tracy Baxter with today's Record Newswatch. Members of the Newburgh chapter of the NAACP are hosting a public forum tonight to discuss the Times-Herald Record reports that star NFA basketball players who failed to graduate were allowed to cut classes, skip school, yet still play in games during the 2009 season, including the state championship game. Reverend Byron Williams is the president of the Newburgh NAACP chapter. He says the organization is investigating and members will be voicing their concerns tonight.
Our concern is that there should be policy that prevents this from happening. And if in fact that policy is in place, why was it not followed? And how will it be corrected?
The forum tonight begins at 6:30 at the Board of Education building at 124 Grand Street. Reverend Williams says if the reports are true, it is, quote, unconscionable that people would place the future of these students in jeopardy in order to gain a moment of glory, end quote. In other news, the Orange County Medical Examiner's Office is expected to conduct an autopsy to determine the cause of death of a man whose car ended up submerged in Greenwood Lake yesterday. Warwick Town Police believe the car driven by 52-year-old Edward Garcia of the village of Greenwood Lake crossed into the opposite lane of East Shore Road, then hit a concrete barrier, rolled down an embankment, and landed upside down in the lake. Garcia was later pronounced dead at Good Samaritan Hospital in Suffern. The man arrested for robbing a Matamoras, Pennsylvania bank back in January told a judge the charges against him should be dropped because he asked for the money nicely without a weapon or a hostile tone, and that it can't be proven that he didn't have permission to take the cash. Those contentions were made by 30-year-old Joseph Heller, who was representing himself at a preliminary hearing. During the court proceeding, Heller admitted to taking $8,100 from the Wachovia Bank in Matamoras. He also requested that his $10,000 bail be dropped. The judge was not sympathetic. Heller's robbery case now goes to the Pennsylvania Court of Common Pleas. Members of the Kingston School Board have voted to pull the plug on Mar Elementary School as part of the district's efforts to cut costs. The board voted 6-2 to shut down the 140-year-old school in June of 2012. Those in favor say the school building had become too outdated. Opponents say it'll be a blow to the Midtown Kingston neighborhood. Options for the Mahar building include a sale or lease, or it could ultimately serve as district office space. Sullivan County residents have lost a local icon. Blanche Masters, the longtime owner of Blanche's Diner in Mongob Valley, died yesterday at her Monticello home. She was 80 years old. Known affectionately as Mama, Blanche, along with her son, ran the popular diner for more than a quarter century. Funeral services will be held Saturday at the United Methodist Church in White Sulphur Springs. And it was standing room only at Sweeney's Irish Pub in the village of Walden today as folks, some with roots in the Emerald Isle, spent a little time celebrating St. Patrick, the patron saint of Ireland. And it's always a special day for Sweeney's owner Gary Sweeney, who has fond St. Patrick's Day memories from his childhood in County Donegal.
I remember going out gathering the shamrock out in the fields with my father. We did that traditionally every St. Paddy's morning, you know. And then we used to have a local bazaar. We'd raise money for the local church, and that was done every year traditionally, you know. And believe it or not, my father didn't drink. So we went then to the pub later on that day and stuff, and I think he was the only person in the pub that didn't drink. You know, so yeah, it always brings back memories. It's nostalgic as well, you know.
St. Patrick's Day at Sweeney's begins with their traditional kegs and eggs breakfast. Well, we had the luck of the Irish today with our weather, and tomorrow temperatures will climb even higher. It'll be mostly cloudy Friday with a slight chance of a passing shower. The high temperatures could hit 70 degrees. Mix of sun and clouds in the forecast for Saturday with a chance of an early morning shower. Temperatures will top out in the low to mid 50s. Stay informed by making frequent visits to Record Online, and you will get a complete look at all the news when you pick up tomorrow's edition of the Times-Herald Record. For Record Newswatch, I'm Tracy Baxter.